Hey, everybody, welcome to Anita's Wednesday Wisdom Highlights. So glad you're watching today. I'm super excited to tell you this little story that I heard the other day. In the Personal Growth Power Hour last night, we were talking about the law of trade offs. And the law of trade offs says you have to give up to grow up. It basically talks about how, in order to go to the next level, sometimes we have to give up what we have now for something that's even better later. And I heard this story that was so perfect for this uh, subject. I was at the Rookery last week here in downtown Chicago, and it was built by two very prominent architects in the area at that time, late 1800s, uh, Daniel Burnham and John Root. And once they built it, it was right now it's the oldest skyscraper that's in Chicago. And here's the fun part. It's only 11 stories tall. That's the oldest one, though. 11 stories back then was a real skyscraper. And after they had built it about 30 years later, they decided to refurbish it and to dress it up, kind of modernize it. And they hired Frank Lloyd Wright to do the refurbishing. And there was a really cool story that I learned about it doing the tour, that Burnham had actually offered Frank Lloyd Wright 6 years, all expense paid trip to Europe to study architecture, to study the classical European architecture. And then he offered him a 2-year contract to work for him when he got back. So, really secure. You would think to yourself, well, that's pretty secure for the next 8 years. I'll be secure with all my expenses paid and then a job when I come home. But Frank Lloyd Wright traded off security, financial security, for potential. You see, he thought if he studied classical European architecture for that long and be immersed in it, that it would hinder his creativity and his ability to create an American style of architecture of his own, something that was totally different from everybody else, and which was, of course, his gift. So sometimes we have to give up something that sounds really good and sounds very secure in order to fulfill our purpose, use our talents and gifts. He thought it would diminish his talents and gifts and hinder his potential. And obviously, he was right because he was an amazing architect after that. So just thought I'd give you that little story. I thought it was great. Just think about that today. What is maybe holding you back from reaching your potential? Maybe holding you back from, you know, following your dream? What are you holding on to that seems like security, but is keeping you from living your purpose? Put a comment. Let's chat. Talk to you later. Bye.